YouTube. In today's video, we're getting straight to the point. This is my 1 week later real world user experience with the Galaxy Z Fold 7. Literally today makes day 7. So let's get directly into it. A lot of people have, let me not say a lot. Some of you guys have some of your thoughts and opinions towards the Galaxy Z Fold 7. I've addressed that in my previous videos. We'll lightly discuss it here, but we'll get into what matters most. What is my 1 week like with the Z Fold 7, number one. But just to get it out the way, there is no S Pen support on the Galaxy Z Fold 7. Some people are okay with that, others aren't. It is what it is. I haven't used the S Pen for me personally. Again, I always say personally, my personal experience hasn't been using an S Pen on a Z Fold for a very long time. And for the people who actually use it every day, I understand your frustrations. The other elephant in the room, people want to talk about battery. The battery did not get any larger, right? Yet the device got super slim, and without them going into the new, battery technology, they still were able to keep it slim. I give props to that. Yes, I would have liked a larger battery. I'm going to talk about battery in this video, what my battery has been like over this 1 week. You guys might be surprised. Now, another perspective people, or like a little, pain point with everyone, is price. I look at price differently. I look at it in multiple ways. There are people out there who pay the full, retail price on their devices. I've done that for a long time, and then I switched more into trading in, which is the better, more ideal way to get devices. And it's the way that the majority of the consumers do it. You guys trade in your device and you get it at a highly reduced price, especially in comparison to all of the other manufacturers out there. Samsung has some of the best trade-in values. So when it comes to price, it's 100% subjective. Just like battery life is 100% subjective and objective to the user who's using it. We'll get more into that in just a second. I just wanted to get those quick things out of the way, and let's carry on into my 1 week with this device. Let's start off with the design. This is a new design of Z Fold, and it's finally something different. We've been seeing the traditional Z Fold body, Z Fold thickness, Z Fold for a number of years now. This is the first time in a long time that Samsung has decided to finally switch it up. They've gotten off their stubborn horse and given us a device that I feel like the majority of consumers would appreciate and enjoy. Let's brighten up the screen really quick while we talk about this. Let's get that Game Boy Color in color. I saw some people trying to speak on the crease. Listen, this thing is so greatly reduced. It's still evident in visuals because of how reflective, the coating is on the screen. So you'll see it like when I'm shooting and you're just staring at it, you might point it out. But honestly, on everyday use, I don't even notice the crease. Like while I'm using the device, the only thing I notice is an 8-inch massive internal main screen that folds down to a 6.5-inch regular normal screen. That's the whole point of the design. Oh, and it's the skinniest, the slimmest and lightest smartphone in that whole flagship category if I compare it to the previous Z Fold and the S25 Ultra. I'm loving that. Listen, the S25 Ultra is bae, right? I love this phone. But the fact that I could get a foldable device at just about the same size and a lighter weight with similar specs, right? We're gonna get into the full get down, but I mean, cameras have improved. Wait for that section. I got a lot, or not a lot, but I got some reality in the camera department as well to discuss. Another slight elephant or change, pinhole is back. I get it. It's nicer when you just have your full screen. Honestly, for me personally, this camera could just go away. And that's my personal perspective of how I feel. Now, there are people who probably use that camera, rely on it. There's some other, I'm sure, realities as to why it's there. It is what it is. It would be nicer under display, but it's pinhole, and it's better quality for those who use it. For those who don't use it, it's a pinhole there. You either get over it or you don't. As someone who loves this device, 95% of what it is versus the 5% of small things that, I want to be different or, not care for so much, I'm taking that 95% of happiness or, joy in this design and this delivery. I'm giving respect to the Z Fold 7 as I have consistently done in my videos for a reason. Now, beyond design, all of my perspectives in every category that I'm going to speak of is all user experience. My user experience with the design is what I just shared. I love this screen. I love using it. I am enjoying the build quality, the delivery, and I think Samsung did extremely well. This color right here alone, this is a great color right here. This color, in my opinion, is my #1 color. The black looks good, the silver looks good, and even the mint. I think they all look great. Let's talk about the screens. 6.5-inch outer normal screen. This is the change that I think the Z Fold needed. I love it. Great quality, that AMOLED Samsung goodness that we all know, and I'm able to handle more here if I choose to. A lot of people would be like, yo, the internal screen is the main screen. Why would you complain about the outer screen? There's a lot that you can handle, a lot of quick foot traffic that gets done here that doesn't require here, and that's the whole point, right? For the quick little, oh, let me just woo, 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 bam, bam. Or let's just say I want to use an app here that's more, traditional here, and I don't want to hold it with 2 hands. I can hold it with 1 hand. I get that normal phone experience. That's what this is about. Because yes, now that this unfolds to an 8-inch screen, although I can palm it 1 hand and I can use it one-handed, and sometimes I might do that, right? But the majority of the time, I'm holding it like this. I'm in here, bam, 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 bam. And I'm loving the screen real estate. I'm loving the screen quality. Not much of a difference from the previous generation. So if you love what was on the Z Fold 6 from a screen delivery outside of sizing, you're gonna enjoy this. Okay, so something else that's huge in user experience for me is the fact that what I'm showing you right now is the actual web version of YouTube. This is on the back end in studio and whatnot. Listen, I'll blur out anything if I have to. I made sure I was careful in what I'm showing you, but the fact that I can use my YouTube studio the same way I would at my desktop in my hand like this, and there's a lot of other things where this comes into play when it's on the web, surface and whatnot, but even in social media apps, the sizing of the app, right? Let me pull up TikTok really quick. The fact that when I'm on here, look at that. Look at the size of that. My boy sneaking wings into the cinema inside of a baby seat. Listen, that's wild, next level. But look at the size of that TikTok video right there. You're not getting that on any smartphone. And that goes on into every other social media app. A lot of things are optimized here. There's newer things that are optimized to work in here. Even Google Gemini is optimized for the foldable and whatnot. User experience, boy, that right there. Oh my goodness, baby. Oh my goodness. Look at this, 2-handed. Yep, let me just keep on using it. Now, when it comes to the speakers, right? The speakers, obviously, this is a slimmer body. They won't be as, thick, but for me, just user experience, me using this device, I don't feel any lack in the speaker or audio quality. I'm enjoying watching everything that I'm doing, consuming all of the content that I choose to consume on the Z Fold 7. So the speakers are just fine. So when I combine the great Samsung screens, the great new sizing, and the delivery of what these give you from a user experience perspective, I'm extremely happy with these outer and inner main screens. Like, they're really good. At the end of the day, in today's smartphone market, the screens are like all 120 hertz, all at great aspect ratios and pixel densities and deliveries. The only thing that would have made this device even better from a screen quality or a screen delivery perspective would have been that anti-reflective technology that we get on the S25 Ultra. Now, I have something coming in very soon. Matter of fact, I need to check my shipment on that. I got some cases coming in. I'm gonna show you guys some, things that you can do for the Z Fold 7, some of the top accessories that I have coming in for this device. But the anti-reflective screen that's on the S25 Ultra would have made the Z Fold 7 just be so top tier. Another thing, this may be just a byproduct of, this technology and where it is. The inner, screen, obviously, as you guys can see, has a reflective coating on it. Maybe Samsung, down the road, you can figure out from a technological perspective how to get this to be more anti-reflective, and that would just, take it there. It would be there, man, all the way there, you feel me? But the screens on here, phenomenal. What, 9 out of 10? 9 out of 10 is solid. Performance. I've been using this thing every day, all day, and I haven't felt any hiccup, any slack. Listen, this is the Snapdragon 8 Elite. I've been using the Snapdragon 8 Elite since the S25 Ultra all of the time. This is my most used device of 2025 until now. And it still is, because obviously I've had it for longer, but excuse me, Z Fold 7 has entered the building. The Z Fold 7 as of right now is most definitely going to be my most used device of 2025. I can say it now confidently. I already know, even with the, fruit company coming up next, because listen, I'm not saying anything that's gonna hold a candle to this, that's gonna make me relinquish my grip. Listen, I'm in here like this. I'm locked in. Look, I already got my, my muscle memory on this. That's how much I'm using this device, and I'm predicting myself to use it. Snapdragon 8 Elite, phenomenal. We got a new GPU in here, fire. I might do a dedicated, segmented video just to gaming, for mobile gaming. I may or may not, I don't know. And the efficiency that's being delivered on this platform, Android 15, One UI 8, the whole package is solid. I know I'm not really using One UI, but even when you're on Nova Launcher, there's still some One UI elements that, come into play. So it's not like I'm 100% out of One UI, but yeah, I'm a Nova Launcher guy. And I did spend time with One UI and what it offers, One UI 8. And again, like I said, I get the benefits, like log video on the front facing camera, which is a One UI 8 thing. It's not like it's gone, but it's definitely, sitting off to the side for me to do my Nova Launcher thing, which is what I like. If One UI and Good Lock could give me this, if you guys increase your grid sizing, I can use One UI, because I've done it. I've recreated my exact same setup with One UI. It's just the grid is not as condensed. Also, another thing, this is the last thing that keeps me in Nova Launcher, is this. These hidden folders right here, that keeps me in Nova Launcher. Let's get on it, One UI, Good Lock, let's go. Everything is snapping, everything's on point. RAM management is really good. I'm not seeing any crazy, app refreshes. I can go back to an app and it's exactly where I left it. Listen, I'm full on committed to this thing. I'm doing all of my business on here. I got like business email. Everything is synced in. Y'all saw, listen, I'm in here, man. I'm in here. Well, let me not tell y'all too much about what I got on here, because, some of y'all nosy. So anyways, carrying on, but everything's on here. All right, let's get into this category, because this is a good one, a big one for me. Cameras. The cameras on the Z Fold 7. Boy, oh boy, have I been snapping more photos, more video than I ever have with a Z Fold device ever. And listen, you guys got to understand, when I'm speaking about my excitement and my enthusiasm for the Z Fold 7, it's as a long-term Z Fold user. I had the 3, I had the 4, I had the 5, I had the 6. 4, 5 Z Folds, baby. In the past, the cameras were good, but I wouldn't go to them. Listen, I would be grabbing on this joint. I would be here for my video and photo needs. Now, I don't even have to think about, where my iPhone? I'm snapping it right here. Because truth be told, what's in my hands most of the time? This. Where's my iPhone majority of the time? I do not know. And that's deeper than just a honeymoon phase. I'm gonna make a video about what it's like to be on this device in comparison to who, but that's coming up. Let me show you guys something else that's goated with foldables, because a lot of you guys, I think, are new to looking at the foldable now that it's gotten slim and more ideal for everyday smartphone users. Let me show you guys this. You guys may know this or you may not, but when you pull up the camera, I'm using a 200 megapixel joint right on the back. Hold on, let me go to number 1. There we go. 200 megapixel, the best camera on here. But I want to take a selfie. Oh, I press that right there. I turn this thing around and I have 200 megapixel selfie camera quality while being able to see myself, whether I want to do video or photos. This is goated. Now, camera quality has been phenomenal. Photos and video. Skin tones as well. Thank you, Samsung, for finally addressing that. You guys did it here, and it continues on into here. I'm a log nerd. Everything I shoot, all of these cameras you guys see, they're all in log, and I love grading log quality images. In my previous video, when I did the versus of this versus the Z Fold 6, a lot of you guys were thinking that the Z Fold 6 may have looked better because it was brighter, right? It was like artificially brightened. A lot of the, in-camera decisions are being made to give you a pleasing image in the end, right? But sometimes a lot of those decisions come at quality compromises that a lot of people or the everyday person doesn't understand or realize. Or listen, you probably don't care, right? Whatever is brighter and more punchier appeals to your eye more, so you think it's better. But as someone like me who looks for true to, you know, what reality is, or true to the capture, all of those videos and images were true to exactly, or as close as possible to what it really was like. So when it's a little bit darker and dimmer, there was an overcast. Look in the video, there's an overcast. It's resembling that. And also the colors. The colors are more realistic and true to reality and real colors than what was on the, you know, camera app option that you got in those other videos that were not log video. So I just want to point that out. But man, front facing selfie camera right here, log video, love it. Rear log video, love it. I said it in my previous video, if Samsung got log on the front facing camera, you competing here, right? And when this one, the S25 Ultra, gets front facing camera log, oh, photos look great. Everything looks good about the cameras. I'm happy because they're at a quality that I've always wanted. They were good before, but they're even better now. Listen, I just want you guys to know that every other phone that I have in my possession is on the bench right now, while the Z Fold 7 is just doing its thing. Look at this camera quality. This is log. This is in a shaded condition. I'm gonna go into a brighter condition next, but the quality is top tier. Look at that. Got my Taxi Jordan 1s. And then right here we have super bright sunlight just beaming on this bright yellow dope controller. Video on some accessories for a certain handheld coming soon. If you know, you know. Switch 2 vibes. I also have another handheld in-house that's coming that I was testing while traveling. Got some cool gaming stuff coming y'all way. What is that? R4 or L4? I gotta learn about that. Hair trigger? Oh. Anyways, I just wanted to show you guys the quality that you get out of the Z Fold 7. Like literally. And the reality that every other phone in my possession is on the bench right now. So step aside. Let's talk about battery. This has the exact same 4,400 milliamp hours, but it cannot match the battery delivery that you're getting out of the Z Fold 7. Now, I'm not finna sit here and act like foldables have 5,000 milliamp hours of, you know, battery life. It's not like that. You got a massive 8-inch screen that you're gonna be using the majority of the time. Like literally, I'm here all day. But listen to what I just said, all day. My battery's lasting me throughout my day. Even in this current state where this is the first week where you're just using your device like crazy, the battery on the Z Fold 7 is better than the Z Fold 6 due to efficiency. They figured it out. Now listen, I'm not saying that the battery shouldn't get bigger for all of you, you know, phone addicts and heavy users. I'm like a medium to heavy user. It depends on the day and what's going on. You know what I mean? I'm a busy person. I got other things going. I be having to lock in and edit a video, but that doesn't mean I'm not just grabbing this joint every now and then. Woo, 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 woo. You feel me? I handle my business here. I get on my emails. I got it all locked in here. I'm really, like literally this is my main device right now. And that should say it all. I'm personally satisfied with the battery. But again, for those of you who find quarrels or issues with battery life, I got a top accessory video coming up. I'm going to give you a ton of battery solutions that are going to help you prolong your battery. There's no reason no one doesn't have a wall charger at their desk, a battery bank if you need to be portable with it, something, anything to prolong your battery life throughout your day. But back to what I said, I'm using this thing all day, so I'm personally getting through my day with the Z Fold 7. In the discussion on battery, a lot of people have false perceptions or preconceived notions to think that if the battery didn't get larger, you wouldn't get better battery life than the previous model. It's not true. Now, let me just say this one last thing, because I already know you type in Vivo this, this. I live in the States. Those devices, although you can get them, they're not native to where I'm at. So when I look at what's natively available in our foldable market, the champ is here. And battery life is A1 and ideal. Now, you know, hey, it's up to Google to make their next move, and Apple as well. Until then, this is where it is. I like to wrap up my discussions when I'm talking about, what's going on in user experience. If you guys haven't got, the picture, I'm using this thing like crazy. I'm using this thing every day, all day. I'm using this Z Fold. Man, I just can't express it. Even to this point, just now when I grabbed it and I unfolded it, there's still the disbelief, there's still the reality that like, man, I can't believe the Z Fold is this thin, the screen on the outside is this big, and the cameras are this good. And the Snapdragon 8 Elite, the One UI, if you choose to go One UI 8 or whatever, just the overall horsepower, everything is running as I anticipated it. You even have your AI fully functional. I mean, yes, Samsung is using their partner Google for the Gemini, but it's fully functional. No waits, no gaps. You just get straight into it. And it's good. It's actually really good. I pointed it up to some graffiti art, asked it what was the artist or who made it, and it told me. I'm not really big on everyday AI usage. I don't use AI on a day-to-day basis. But Google has always had the best AI assistant. When something moves me in a way, I gotta speak to it. And this Z Fold 7 is most definitely moving me in the right ways possible at this point. That's the reason why I've consistently stood behind it. I know, listen, it's not for everyone, but the Z Fold 7 is for me.